Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Here's Lance to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Lance finding Deebo there for the Niner first.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
14.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon.
well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now on second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Again, it's Taylor. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. 76. Here's Gone. And that is incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun now for Lance. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From midfield, here's Lance. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Niners at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff will set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. 3rd and long. It's Goff. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be taken at the 10. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Again, it's Lance. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. He's going to field this at the 4. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. And Lance going to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lance. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from the...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, let's go.
Now it's gone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now a play fake. Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now Lance again. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 16. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown 49ers! Christian McCaffrey, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. To the air again, Goff. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Off play action. Here's Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one completes Alec Pierce. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Shotgun now for Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go.
On play action, Lance. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are right back in this football game. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And Lance now to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Play action. Now it's Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout. And
he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Ready up.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. Nifty move. Oh, he bowls over it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
When teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good.